man. So early.
I got nipples. I got nipples. So what?
All right. Gather around, boys and girls. It's
Not the small ones.
Yes.
Hey, we're doing a Death to Smoochy podcast. I think we can get a little crazy here.
Yeah.
So we're how long have we been recording?
We just started.
2 seconds.
10 minutes.
Oh my God! I
think it's the Shoehorn podcast on Death to Smoochy. This was Ben's pick this week. Not really excited to talk about this one.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it reluctantly.
This is like a bad sex. Like I did finish it. It was pretty quick, and I don't really want to talk about it.
So, for those that did not like it, what a cherry on top that ending must have been, where they're doing the like running around the set in the stage with the music going during the credits. Do you like that?
Sure.
Let's kick this to Ben. Though let's get into everything. First of all, this was Ben's pick.
Of you three, had anyone actually seen it before?
Nope.
I had seen it, but I feel like I was pretty young. I don't think when I saw it as a younger person, I even realized it's a comedy.
Was it?
I don't know. I mean, what year was it?
Laughing?
It was. Oh yeah, this time I thought there was a lot of shit that made me laugh.
Good. I like to hear them.
So that at least was the one thing I will say is I did laugh a couple times at some of the things that I probably went way over my head when I had seen it as a younger adult, I guess. But this was a movie that used to play all the time on HBO, and I'd throw it on every time. I don't know why. I guess there's something about Robin Williams that just does it for me.
There's a part that really got me though, and it's when the Spinner Dunn guy, the boxer guy,
Spinner,
he's getting beaten. He's getting beaten to death, and he says, "What round is it?" As he's getting beaten to death, and then gets shot dead.
Yeah.
Did you hear him before that when he was like, "Uh-oh"?
Yeah, dude, that guy was funny.
That part threw me off. The what round are we in didn't throw me off because he's an ex-boxer, but
well, I know it made sense, but he's getting beaten to death.
Yeah, but
the weird thing about
they were
that
accentuating.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say they were accentuating his mental capacity there. Like
I know.
The weird thing about that guy is that actor, the first thing I ever saw him was in Death to Smoochy. So when I went back and watched The Sopranos, for example, I couldn't take him seriously at all. Like anything he's in after that, there's nothing that he's going to sell me on because all I see is Spinner Dunn the whole time.
Well, isn't he in some pretty serious stuff?
Seinfeld?
Yeah, like everything before that, he plays kind of this mobster, Italian American guy, and in this, he's just a punch drunk dead. He's fucked up.
I was surprised to realize at the end that DeVito directed the film. I did not know that.
Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't know that.
Does that put things into perspective a little more for you?
Nope.
I mean, he directed Matilda too. Matilda was a good ass movie.
Shit, right?
Yeah, no, I have that song from Matilda on my podcast.
You do realize that guy Spinner was the dude from Seinfeld, the terrible comic that Jerry hated.
100%.
Oh, wait. He is?
Well, he was the other, or he was the guy who was like one. Was he a comic or what was he? He was an annoying ass.
No, yeah, I think
he's not the prop comic. No way.
That's
not.
He wanted.
I think that's.
He wanted to put his suit in his closet or some shit.
Not that
That's
guy.
not
It's not him.
Are you sure?
I'm looking him up.
You just mentioned that, and I figured that's who you were talking about. So I went to his IMDb, and it's not showing up as Seinfeld.
He's not in Seinfeld.
Oh my god! I thought for sure that was.
No, he looks. You're right. He looks a lot like.
He looks him. I knew you were talking about.
I would like to know what else he's in because I know he's in something else.
I've seen. Get home.
Like King of Queens or some shit. What the fuck is he in?
Maybe.
I'm trying to remember. I've seen him in a couple things, and he's pretty good. Sopranos, who's good in, and he gets cancer.
He's in Kick-Ass.
What's the athlete's foot?
Oh, he's in Kick-Ass. Yeah, I remember. Yep.
I will say that was the first Robin Williams movie I've watched since he died, which is a long time.
Good one,
actually. Thanks.
Yeah,
but it did was made me miss Robin Williams because even though that wasn't one of his best films, like I'd say maybe this was like around the time when he started doing like 1 hour photo or something.
Yeah, 1 hour
when
photo.
he really had like cashed it in.
Hold on a second.
Wait, 1 Hour Photo is bad?
I would actually say the movie in itself is probably not one of the better movies he's in, but his performance is probably, in my opinion, one of his better performances.
That's
he
crazy.
Definitely was out there on it.
It was
the only reason the movie works whatsoever.
I didn't like it at all.
All the other characters basically didn't even matter.
It made me
I forgot
sad
how much I hated the woman from 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like, she is one of my least favorite actresses.
Catherine. All right, I'm in the wrong podcast then.
No. I love her now, but she wasn't that. I didn't like her in this movie. I think she was so young. I don't know. I didn't really. She didn't mean shit to me in this movie.
So she's in Being John Malkovich. She's fucking excellent.
Yeah, she's just 40-Year-Old Virgin.
She's very good. Anyway, I'm a big fan of hers, but yeah.
I don't. To be honest, I was very sad to have watched this movie with. I didn't like Robin Williams. I thought he was. I thought the only parts that were funny were him for the most part, but also I was like, I thought he was overacting.
I thought
over
the top.
Like,
yeah,
he was having.
It's
he was having a good time.
Yeah.
He was just trying.
He was supposed to be deranged.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was one of his worst performances. I wish I never saw it. I don't want to even have seen him. That
I guess
I think me and Wyatt are simpatico on this one. I thought it was.
This is what we're here for.
Have you ever seen stand-up, Wyatt?
Huh?
Have you seen Robin Williams stand-up?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's how he's raunchy like that in his stand-up. Like, that's the kind of comedy he likes to do.
This was forced. This was forced. His stand-up was. I could buy. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't buy the character. It was maybe because it was stupid as fuck, and the entire purpose of the movie was dumb. So. But
I mean, I'm sure that movie was a metaphor for something.
What I wrote was, I cannot wait to watch What Dreams May Come, to watch that tour de force.
Yeah. Honestly, it made me just want to watch more Robin Williams movies.
Yeah, the good ones.
There was a couple things I thought were funny. When he's being arrested or something, and all the news reporters are around him, and they say, "What do you think about, them saying you're crazy?" And you're mentally ill. And he said, "What? Same dose I've always been on."
You wonder how many of those are like just ad-lib lines. I feel like he's the type that's always just,
And also, one thing that really got me for some reason is at the end of the movie, Edward Norton and the woman are kissing, and there's a scroll behind it. Did any of you notice, did any of you read what was being scrolled across the screen?
No.
Well, one of them, I don't know why this got me. It's not that crazy, but the headline, it was like, it's like one of those NASDAQ scrollers like in Times Square. Mm-hmm. It says, Rainbow Randolph, paranoid lunatic with a heart of gold.
The spin, so good.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like this movie, I don't know, man. A part of me is like, I wish I did like it, because of course I love Robin Williams and Edward Norton, but it was very hard to grasp what the fuck they were trying to do here. I didn't.
For those of you who liked it,
just a dark comedy.
What about the movie, and what is the movie even about, really?
Just a dark comedy.
Well,
that's not good enough for me to just.
I almost fell asleep. To be
honest, I think it's a metaphor for something. I kind of almost thought maybe
it's a metaphor. He thinks
for something possibly.
Well, I just think it's about the selling the kid. It's about selling crap to kids. I mean,
that too, probably.
Well, I guess maybe the lunatics.
We should reach out to Danny DeVito and. Oh wait, well he didn't. Somebody named Resnick, I think, wrote the film.
Yeah, I have a side note about that guy.
Jon Stewart.
What did he write?
Was in it, at least.
The guy who wrote this movie also wrote Cabin Boy, which is the worst movie of all time.
Wow. Also a fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Cabin Boy, I know. Cabin Boy, I admit, is such a bad movie. Like, I know it's bad, and it's comically bad.
You didn't rewatch it, Nick, since you just joined, but
I haven't seen. To be fair, I can't give an honest assessment of this. Is like a fresh assessment anyway, because I haven't seen this in probably over. It's been like 8, 10 years, something like that. And I've seen this movie 30 times. I own it. Like I can quote it. So you guys remember hearing like Pee Wee Herman, for example, or Barney. There were like all that kind of stuff when we were kids, like all those kid shows. There's all these kind of stories like, oh, they're fucking around in the background, or they have drug problems, or they fuck with kids.
Yeah,
or there's all these kind of things. So I feel like Danny DeVito takes that and runs with it, saying there's this seedy underbelly of all this shit with children's television, which is supposed to be wholesome. They sell this kind of wonderful imaginary space for kids to play in. But it's run by adults, and it's run by greed and commercialism and consumerism. Yeah. And you even have like the foundation that runs the ice show. He's a mob boss essentially. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Bobby Fias.
He runs the foundation.
And so you take this vehicle of Edward Norton, who is a completely simplistic. He's actually pure. He's actually pure in an industry that's supposed to promote purity, and he's trying to navigate his way through this incredibly corrupt space and trying to stay clean the entire time, right? And so you see Rainbow Randolph, who's at the end of his trajectory. He's accepting bribes, and then they need to fill his spot, and they actually find somebody that fits the bill. Literally, that's the line. Jon Stewart finds him. He fits the bill, but they try to turn him into a fucking Nazi. Like it goes to extremities, obviously, and it's caricature. But I think that's the point of the movie. I don't think it's this overarching, like, crazy, deep thing. It's just...
the best character in the movie was Buggy Ding Dong, by far. I mean, that guy rocked.
Oh, yeah, the heroin addict, yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. Every time he touched the screen, I was blown away with his performance as a heroin addict. It was believable. Big
Falling
fan
asleep on the catwalk during the assassination.
That shit's real, dude.
That's all they can get to do it.
It was funny, Edward, the weird ass like vegetarian. He was like eating liquid alfalfa and like spirulina on his hot dogs.
Alfalfa in there.
See, because I've eaten spirulina. That is the greenest shit ever. Like, it's disgusting. You don't eat that. You put it in like
I don't even know what it is.
It doesn't sound real to me.
No, spirulina is like has more protein than any. It's like has the most protein out of anything in the world.
I'm gonna get you on these gluten-free buns before I'm done with you.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. I wanted to like it, but I just didn't. There was no redeeming characters other than I guess Randolph. I didn't care because he was so fucking dumb and he was just a pussy that was gonna get stampeded over.
I did like the Irish mob people.
Yeah, that was funny. Hey, give him a back rub there. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
At a minimum, for Seinfeld fans, did you guys enjoy seeing Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always enjoy seeing Mickey.
Oh, right. Yeah, he was good. He was actually good.
Oh, he's always good. He's a fucking dynamite actor, man.
He's very good.
And like when Robin Williams was really down, like beat the TV up, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like that was funny, and like he was just an idiot.
You're a crinkle kid.
Yeah, yeah. Dude.
I don't know.
I had a hard time just giving.
I can respect you guys not like. I'm not going to say you like. I can't believe you didn't like it, but I think if it hits you right, and it makes sense. I think it's pretty funny.
I wrote this. I wrote there are 40 minutes left, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I had to turn it off at an hour. Like I was like, I can't do this. Like I'm going to use my time to do something else.
I shoehorned it down my gullet.
No, I had to do it in 2 doses because I was literally that bored. I was like, what the fuck?
One thing I think Nick's analysis is spot on. There's a scene at the end where, Edward Norton gets the gun and he's about to kill the guy, and you can tell he's about to turn into one of the corrupt bad people, but he stops, and the mobsters stop him, and he stays pure.
So what though? Like, why would I?
So what?
That's fair.
There's nothing serious about any of the characters or anything in the movie. So
I don't think it was supposed to be taken seriously.
Forsake your vows to yourself.
This wasn't a serious movie.
I know.
Hey, man, you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do after this pick.
The scene when I first saw it that I fell in love with is when it's like a deal that he's on the outs. So Rainbow Randolph's on the outs, and he goes into Jon Stewart's car, and he's like on the lowest. He's homeless, and he's got a freebie bag. Jon Stewart brings him that freebie bag, and he says he's like going through what's in it, and one of the things he says, "No animal tested." It's like the lowest shit in the. I laughed so hard the first time I saw it. And I just thought
I probably was glossing over those funny little.
It's not like a. It's not a pantheon movie, but it's just I think there's a lot of smart people doing smart things in it, and there's some really good shit.
Doesn't he say about his dick? It's small, but it's fierce, or some shit like that. There's some funny ass quotes, dude. I wrote
my favorite. One of my favorite ones.
The Stepdad song.
One of my favorites is at the end when he's running into the arena to save Smoochy, and he says something like, "Get out of my way! I gotta save my friend from a crazed drug addict."
See, dude, this was similar to Thomas Crown Affair, because it was a woman getting a glimpse of the most underrated shirtless man you'll ever see, and she got so sopped up in her pants when she saw him shirtless. Like, she did. Holy fuck! Look at him. He's like she's 39, but he looks 17. Like,
she's a groupie for
that's pedophilia
for kid show people.
They like that shit. He's in a rhino costume. They can't see his bod. I don't get it.
Well, she also, remember, she says towards the end, she has a thing, like, she's been infatuated since childhood about what was the name of the Ricketts the hippo, first of all. His name.
Okay.
Ricketts is a fucking disease. Ricketts the hippo is fucking hilarious in and of itself as a joke. Like, that's 10 out of 10.
I mean, anyway. I kind of understand how, people might find this hard to get into. I was having a little bit of a hard time getting into it at first, but I kind of feel like, and I don't know what Nick thought about The Big Lebowski the first time, but I don't even know if I really loved The Big Lebowski the first time. But watching it a second time, a third time, I started to really appreciate like how funny some of the shit was, and I just kept liking it even more.
I think that's the first time I saw Big Lebowski was my dad showed it to me, and I was definitely too young. And I understood some of the situational stuff. Like, I thought some of it was funny, and some of the stuff as a kid, you're not supposed, like, I'll suck your cock for $1,000. I thought was the best thing, But then the more you, as you grow up, you start to, like you're saying, you start to appreciate the nuances of it. I don't think that's like from a child to like getting into your teenage years. I don't know if that applies here, but I see what your point is. Like, it is something that you grow into, but I can't really say for Big Lebowski if that's the case for me.
Yeah,
because I just was too young the first time I saw it.
Why did Robin Williams at one point, he drinks like coffee and drops it on his dick and he goes, "Oh, my balls are on fire!" It was fucking hilarious. That was probably I was like, what is?
That was a good one too.
What was he doing? There was no script.
Remember when they were wrestling and on the floor near the fireplace? He said, "The flames are so hot, I'm delirious."
It's driving me crazy. Yeah.
God, I miss that guy. I'm so sad. Poor guy that he did this. Poor him.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks that like nobody understood how tortured he was.
No, yeah, someone probably did.
Well, no, he did it because he had a
daughter
disease, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, going into that disease, and then eventually being like, "This is too much. I got to kill myself." That's I don't know how you deal with that. But did you guys ever see the trailer that was made? There's a guy that looks exactly like Robin Williams, and he made it. You saw that shit? I want that movie to be made so bad, and it's not going to be made.
Oh, yes, that guy is awesome.
I've seen that guy.
The Williams family or whatever, his offspring will not let him do the movie.
Really?
Like, yeah, they completely vetoed that shit, and he like had it all set up. I want to see that really bad.
What movie is it? Like, what's the premise?
It's a biography of Robin Williams, essentially, like a movie like on him. And this guy, he did like a short film, essentially, like maybe 5-10 minutes of him in like a trailer in the 70s, I think, getting ready for like Mork and Mindy or some shit. But he looks exactly like Robin Williams.
I've seen the guy do his impression. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good, but we'll never see it. Anyway.
Of course. That's the world we live in. Anything
so what is I mean,
that family wants to keep that personal, I guess.
Oh, fucking
they're right.
I'm so sure. Well, good for them. It's their choice. Sure.
So what is the best Robin Williams movie to you?
Ooh,
that's a good question.
That's tough because he's been in so many
Probably
different.
forget about something. I mean, Jumanji's up there.
I don't know if it's like his best performance, but probably good or not Good Will Hunting. Mrs. Doubtfire is my favorite movie.
Yeah,
that one's like the first one that always comes to mind. But I feel like Jumanji's underrated.
Hello!
I love Jumanji.
Jumanji was huge, man. That's not underrated.
Yeah, Jumanji was big. I think Miss Doubtfire for me for sure, just because he really is the entire movie.
Yeah,
like
Did you notice? Is that due to like his brother who's in this?
I think
Harvey Firestein.
Who is he? He's always in his movies, seemingly.
Yeah.
He was just like a 90s. He was an independent. He was just like a 90s.
He's just his friend. Yeah.
He was. I love every time he's in a movie. I love him so much.
Great voice. Very
important to the parade of hope.
Dude, I was like, is that him? Oh my God, it's him. Fuck yes. Yeah. I don't know. That's tough.
Well, yeah, this is a weird one. I've got an affection for this movie.
Sure. What did you give it? Give us your score.
Well, no, I'm talking about probably my favorite Robin Williams movie is Hook, man. I'm a big Hook fan.
Yeah, I forgot about.
Like dude, he's in the beginning is like it's like three different movies.
That's like an epic movie for him because he kind of takes it back to being a kid at a certain point, right?
Yeah, and I think that's such a good call too because that hit our age group perfectly. Where the fact in the character he plays, it makes you feel like he's my friend.
Yeah,
and, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah, literally. Like he was our friend.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Jack. Also, like, it's kind of sadder, but yeah, same thing. Like he plays a child again.
I like some of his sadder stuff. Like I brought this up on one podcast. I'd like to rewatch Patch Adams. I think that's great.
Patch Adams. So sad,
Philip Seymour Hoffman, baby.
Yeah,
seeing that?
Yeah, dude.
That's kind of like clearly he had that
ability. That's so sad.
Yeah, guess who's really dumb? Range. Robin Williams is so fucking smart. It's like so weird to think about how smart he was. He's just like funny. But if he wasn't funny, I don't know what he would have done. Like he'd probably kill himself a lot earlier.
I would have been in like
I'm telling you. I think What Dreams May Come does not get enough hype. Like that movie is. You want to talk about an epic movie? That is one of the most epic movies you'll ever see. Like they travel through heaven and hell and shit. It's in Cuba Gooding Jr.
I'm probably gonna watch that after we get off this call because I have not seen that since it came out. I've seen it one time in my life when I was really too young to even. It's Cuba Gooding Jr. Right?
Same.
Yeah.
That's his son in heaven or something.
It's like his guide. Yeah, it's crazy. Don't spoil it.
Okay. All right. Is that a spoiler?
Yeah. He doesn't know.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right, sorry.
He's nominated for 4 Oscars. Won 1.
For what? What was he nominated for?
Good Morning Vietnam, Best Actor, Dead Poets Society, The Fisher King, and then he won Best Supporting for Good Will Hunting, which probably is his best role.
1 hour photo is scary as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Ben, are you a Fisher King fan?
I don't even know if I've seen that.
Oh, I for some reason in my head, I thought that would be 100% like a big
Fisher King.
movie.
I actually watched
What is it about?
last year.
Jeff Bridges is this radio DJ that kind of falls from grace, and he connects with this. And no spoilers, but there's a deranged. Robin Williams plays a deranged homeless guy in New York that he has a random connection with and starts to like build up a relationship with.
I vaguely remember that being a movie, but no, I've never seen it.
It sounds like Training Day, but with Robin Williams instead of Denzel.
There's one where his son is like a masturbating. There's one where Robin Williams is playing some insane dad. I don't know what fucking movie
Lover.
Greatest Dad or some shit. There's
Man of the Year.
Maybe, but it was.
No, that's the president. He plays the president for Man of the Year.
No, that wasn't it.
Oh, World's Greatest Dad.
That might. Yeah, that's. I think that. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious.
I mean, I don't know. That is a movie.
I think that was. Okay. Yeah, I never saw fucking what is it? Insomnia. I haven't seen that.
I saw that.
That's Christopher Nolan, baby.
That's
a real movie.
I haven't seen that in forever.
That shit is pretty like. I mean, I don't know. I saw that in theaters for some reason.
This is Doubtfire.
It was kind of scary.
Wait. I'm sorry, but this is gonna go a little left, but the best movie he's ever been in is Aladdin.
He's very good in Aladdin, that's for
The
sure.
Genie, like
Yeah, we
that's
know.
Yeah, that movie doesn't work without Robin Williams.
Is he as good as Will Smith as the genie, though?
Oh,
I think
God.
so. I think so.
I think he's
Yeah.
got him beat.
That's the saddest shit ever, man.
Oh my
That's like
God,
Robin Williams
Flubber.
slapping Jerry Seinfeld or some shit. Like I can never go back to Will Smith. I can't take him seriously anymore. I hate him.
Has anyone ever seen The Birdcage?
Oh my God,
Definitely have seen parts of it at least.
The Birdcage is up there with a top 3 movie of his. That's a huge movie for me. That's awesome.
I was gonna say.
Is that with that same gay dude? Is he in that as well?
Nathan Lane.
No, the brother guy,
Nathan
right?
Lane.
Yeah.
No,
Is he
I
in
think.
that
Well,
too?
he's probably in
Um,
it at some
Hank Azaria.
No.
Oh, I
The guy
wish.
from-
Yeah,
Harvey
that's probably his
Firestein.
finest hour. That's amazing shit that he does in that.
Mork and
But he has
Mindy.
gay sex in it, so I'm a big
You
fan.
guys watch Mork and Mindy? Like my parents put me on Mork and Mindy. Like I
Forgot
kind
it
of
was
I
Popeye.
knew about him back then.
I never saw
toys.
a single season to that. No, or episode.
I knew of that,
How
but
about
Right.
Toys?
I never saw
Oh my
Toys.
God, Toys
I
is
don't-
a sick fucking movie.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
It's toys.
I've got to
He's
rewatch
like a-
Toys.
Yeah, I just saw that as well. What is he? Like a toy designer?
a little before our time, I think.
Sort of.
Here it's a
I don't
toy
know.
making company and begins making war toys. His employees band together to stop him before he ruins the name of Zevo Toys forever.
Sounds pretty
So he
good.
starts making war toys.
That was a big Joan Cusack flick.
That's low. That's rated higher than Death to Smoochy
Jamie
was rated
Foxx was in that
horribly.
movie.
Oh yeah, that's when you got panned.
Yeah, it did.
Did you see that? Yeah. Speaking of getting paid, did you see Roger Ebert named it the worst movie of the year when it came out?
Which movie?
Toys.
Death to Smoochy?
Death to Smoochy?
Yeah, he gave it half a star. Said it was the worst movie of the year.
Dude, this is why
Nice.
this is why IMDb sucks. It says you might also like Tommy Boy, Mrs. Doubtfire, Man on the Moon, like Rounders, like all these
Yeah.
really good movies.
Roger Ebert on comedy, by the way, hates Happy Gilmore, hates Billy Madison, hates
Dude,
pretty much anything that Adam
Dude,
Sandler has to do.
that's
Hates
the
it.
problem. Like with critics, they don't fucking like any type of humor like that. Like low-brow humor. They're too good for it. Or Adam Sandler is an unsung hero, man.
Do you like Freddie Got Fingered?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Sure.
Yeah. Roger Ebert
I-
hates Freddie Got Fingered.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's like the greatest comedy ever, but like, come on, dude, have a fucking sense of humor. Like,
No,
my wife says to this day, like, she's so glad that I put her on Adam Sandler and made her realize he wasn't a joke because she had no clue. Like, dude, he's
Yeah.
hilarious, and also
How's that
he's like
possible?
a really sweet, wholesome guy. Like, he's
Yeah,
a
what,
legit,
you haven't
really
seen
good
50
actor.
First Dates, man? Come on, that's wholesome shit.
He's so
Wedding
good,
singing?
dude.
Is the movie you're thinking of Wyatt License to Wed?
Maybe that might be it.
Is John Krasinski in it?
I don't remember, but if I'm telling you, please watch Away We Go with John Krasinski, because simply for one part, they go in. It's him and Maya Rudolph. They're like married, newlyweds. They're about to have a kid. They go visit family. It's who is that crazy bitch? She's a crazy fucking drunk bitch in it. Whatever. And it's Jim Gaffigan, and they're just the worst parents on earth. It's so funny. Their child is
Oh my
like about to
God.
get abducted in like a parking lot. They're just like, oh, whatever. Come on. They're just drinking the whole time. He gives them a bottle of wine. Jim Gaffigan immediately opens it. Like he just opens it and starts drinking it in public. Like, thank you, thanks. Like, just I can't even explain. It's a really kind of underrated movie for sure, especially with Jim Halpert.
Or Wyatt, is it Old Dogs?
Just definitely not old
Travolta.
dog.
I don't think Wyatt would know it if you told him what it is.
Haven't you even seen Wild Hogs?
Old
Old
Dogs.
Male
Dog.
bonding. What?
I don't know.
What'd you say?
I have seen RV.
You've seen that?
Good for you. Good for you,
JoJo.
man. Good for you, dude.
JoJo's in there.
Tell us how it was.
You a big fan?
It was not that good.
More like, yeah.
That's funny. There's an actress named JoJo who plays his daughter, and then there's a character whose name is Joe as a male. What the fuck?
KC and
Will
So
JoJo.
Arnett and
Is this a
Jeff
bit?
Daniels were in that movie. That is sad.
So basically, every movie we've done so far, everybody has hated it except the suggester, except for Place Beyond the Pines.
What about
And
Nope?
Nope.
So
Nope.
Place Beyond the Pines and Nope are the best movies reviewed so far, and you've done Death to Smoochy, Place Beyond the Pines, Nope, and Thomas Crown Affair. Anything else?
And Manos.
13th Warrior. We're up there.
Yeah,
What is Manos? What is Manos?
Forgotten than Manos.
That's Eric's Colombian movie about
shit-
Lord of the
Don't
Flies.
Don't waste your
Eric-
time.
Nick might like
Hands?
that. Lord of the
Let's watch
Flies.
Death to Smoochy again.
Wait, hold on a second. Is the Colombian movie, is that the shit that they're like on a mountain and it's like younger people
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
around?
Yeah, it's a really
I
good
saw a
movie.
preview for that years ago. I think you might have shown it to me, Eric, and I never saw it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprised.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
join the club. For everybody.
No, but I remember that being on the radar. Like somebody put, I think it had to have been Eric, put it on my radar, and I never watched it.
It was me, yeah. I tried to get
How good, was it good?
He's on tilt.
Nobody liked it.
Did you like it, Eric?
I liked it, kind of.
Yeah, I
Of
like
course
it.
he liked
I
it. He
asked people to
forced
watch
us
it.
to watch it.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch that before I watch the What Dreams May Come, because that trailer was money.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
trailer.
Hulu, it's on Hulu.
Medellin had a good trailer too, but Vince's worst movie he ever did.
Well,
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't trust fucking Colombians, you know? They're
Yeah,
not gonna
you
fucking.
really can't. You really can't. To be
Yeah.
honest. You
Interesting.
can't.
That's awesome that you guys watch that though.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome that we watched it, but.
not
All right, so you guys have watched a bunch of movies, but Place Beyond the Pines and Nope are the best so far.
Yeah, we got to come out with a good one next week, guys. Who's
Don't
picking?
you worry, guys. I got you another one. Come on,
We
baby.
need something that
Ben's
will
done
get the
for a
people
while.
going.
Yeah,
That's a lot to
Death to Smoochy's not going to move any needles.
You've got
for
Thomas
anybody.
Crown Affair and Manos. too.
Oh, you got
Hey,
Thomas Crown
hey,
can't
Thomas
talk.
Crown Affair got 19 views.
That's our
19
best.
views.
Pierce Brosnan.
Wow.
Pops.
It's our best by a mile.
They probably thought it was still free on
Hey, Nick.
YouTube, and they thought ours was the right thing to
I
click
told
on.
these guys I've never seen Capote or whatever the fuck it's called. I was like, dude,
What's it called?
I've
if
seen
you've never
it.
seen it, it's not
fun
it's
to
not
watch.
underrated, you know, because it's highly rated. But like, it's just kind of a blind spot because I don't think people necessarily look at it and are like, yeah, I gotta watch Capote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
By the way, Catherine Keener's excellent in that as well.
Yeah, she probably has aged a few years. She was still getting her bearings with acting. It seemed like she was. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
she
she's
hasn't
bad.
been a full-formed actress since she stepped onto this fucking stage. She's fucking excellent.
Yeah. She just didn't really pop for me in Death to Smooch.
Well, no, I think that's
no one did.
I think that's out of her wheels, and I also think a lot of her lines are like, you know, it's. I agree with
Yeah.
you. She's not her best.
Not well written.
You guys should. What an excellent movie. Charlie Kaufman he directed it. His first directorial debut with Philip Seymour Hoffman and her together. It's called Synecdoche, New York.
Oh
It
wow.
is fucking wild.
See, that's
Say it.
Yeah, I can't say that word. That's where Place Beyond the Pines is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's Schenectady,
Yeah, it's
New
Oh
York.
God.
That's what that's called. But the title is a play on words. The Synecdoche is
Yeah.
used by him to mean it means like a holistic, like everything's connected. So it's a play on
When
words.
I saw that preview, I was blown away. Like,
It's fucking crazy. It's Charlie Kaufman. It's fucking crazy.
I need to watch that then. Yeah.
10 out of 10 movie, but
Well,
it'll
Nick.
probably get a 2 for a lot of people.
But I mean, it's Philip Seymour, so
Anything.
he doesn't usually miss. He doesn't miss. What does he? Has he?
It's crazy stuff. Yeah. Yes, Philip Seymour Hoffman. That's a good question. Like, what's a movie that he was in that you're like, probably? Oh, The Master. Probably he's good
I
in
never
it.
saw that.
It's not a great movie.
You like that movie?
I remember that. I remember that hype surrounding that movie.
We left.
Yeah.
We saw that at Potomac Mills, Eric.
I
And
remember
we
that.
saw that with Robert and maybe one other person, and every single person that came out of the theater, we were all like it was like that weird thing. You get to the car and you're like,
What
"Did
the
you
fuck?
like it?"
Yeah. I
That's
would like to rewatch it.
That was supposed to be good, right?
Sometimes I think you have to rewatch things like that and give it another shot. But
I
I
did.
remember not liking it.
I didn't understand it at all, so I bought it, watched all the extras, watched the movie again, still fucking hated it. Like, couldn't stand it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's pretty and it's well acted and
It's
everything.
Paul
but
Thomas Anderson or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
TA, man.
I definitely saw it. I didn't like it either.
Yeah. Just like, why is this made? Why did he do this? Anyway, way off topic. Sorry. But what is your movie, Wyatt?
What?
You said you had a movie for us.
Well, I mean, it's the only. I've already brought this up, but I should have gave it before Nope because it's a similar. But have you ever heard of The Vast of Night?
No.
Mm-mm.
Most people have not because it was like an Amazon Prime, I believe, an Amazon Prime original. It came out a few years ago, but to
Actually,
me,
you know what? That's one I've been seeing recommended on.
yeah, I mean, it's just kind of under the radar because it wasn't in theaters or anything like that. But I'm not necessarily saying that should be our pick, but our pick should be Hubie Halloween. It's an absolute banger.
I saw The Vast of Night when the night it premiered, actually. I remember where I was.
Oh, really?
Good. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I just Googled it. I forgot all about it. Yep.
Yeah, it was. Why I liked it because it was.
Wait,
what
where
they
were
did
you?
What it was.
I was at my sister-in-law's house, and I was trying to watch it with her husband, but he passed out drunk about 20 minutes in, so I watched it by myself, essentially.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like a very simple. There's like literally like 3 characters.
Super simple.
Yeah, it's like that's why I liked it. It's kind of like Nope, even like less like a Nope off of steroids, like Nope with a budget.
Yeah, it's like 19. Well, it's
Without a budget.
It's like 1950s high school, like like the whole like pom-poms Grease scenario without the singing, obviously. And it's like, what if a UFO bit happened in this scenario, and they have local radio? They have access to local radio station.
Yeah,
like kids
one of
doing
them's
that kind
like
of stuff.
that movie was made on a budget of $700,000.
Dude, yeah,
It was super cheap. Like it was done with nothing.
it was dope for what it was. Man, they did well. But
Yeah,
I don't.
it was good.
I would just say watch that because.
And your other was Hubie Halloween.
Well, we've talked about that because some of us have never seen it, or and that's not my actual choice, but it's underrated.
I've seen it several times, unfortunately.
It's unfortunately.
There's no unfortunately about that.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like we can let's kick a few around. We had a very short podcast based on the terrible selection of
Well, aren't we gonna do The Last of Us? Are we gonna talk about that?
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah.
Oh,
there goes
Gets
Ben.
up. There goes.
I
absolutely.
gotta piss. Hold up. Nick
Yeah,
is
so-
frozen. Nick,
Yeah.
what happened, bub?
Nick's offline
Yeah,
out
I
there.
watched the first 3 episodes last night. Like I said, I was like, why am I?
Oh, you binged all 3 in one night?
What?
Because I was so upset by Death To Smoochy. Like, I was so fucking bored out of my mind that I was like, let me give this a shot now. And I loved it.
Dude.
I told you guys, I
Well,
played.
not to mention the- Not to mention the sharp
still-
pain in your side.
Dude.
Aren't you also dealing with some
Discomfort.
discomfort?
No, not last night. It wasn't.
Discomfort.
Oh.
Nah, dude. That
So I got
I
a
just didn't like
question.
the movie.
This
You
is
didn't like
based
my
off of
movie, I
a
didn't
fucking
like-
video game. Have you guys played the video game?
Yes, I have.
what does that have
Anyone
to do
else?
with anything?
No, I have not.
Well, I think
Okay.
we brought this up. It's a place.
So what is the way that the people get infected or whatever? I heard somebody talking
Literally,
about how it's the same.
It's actually a way that it's realistic. It could happen to us. I believe I read like
The difference between in this one is it's a fungus rather than like I think in Walking Dead or
And it's
something it's a
based-
virus.
it's based on a real thing, like a mushroom that takes over everything that it touches in nature. That's a real thing. It just explodes. Look it up.
There's a fungus that basically sort of reanimates the dead. So
And
to
literally,
speak.
there was an article saying that with rising temperatures and shit, that inevitably that could actually happen to us in a way because of the
Sort of
humidity in
fungus.
our bodies.
They mentioned in the show
Nice.
that type of fungus can't exist above 94 degrees, so that's why it's like it can't exist in humans
Mhm.
since our
Yeah.
body temperature is 98. But
Well,
that's what
My
happened.
question becomes,
Huh?
how did they get introduced to the fungus?
It gets into grains, and everyone like ends up ingesting it somewhat through like a
Without knowing.
of like
Well, they said that's probably what happened. I mean, I'm guessing that's what happened if they said that.
So
in
is
it.
the main problem for the people that are left eating the fungus or getting bitten by a?
getting bitten.
Getting bit now. There's no food left, probably.
Okay. Keep
Nick,
doing what you're doing.
you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Got a good crotch shot.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's your first time, Nick?
Well, no,
No.
my computer froze up. Did you guys see me get kicked out earlier?
We
Yeah.
saw you freeze,
My fault.
yeah.
Yeah, you froze.
I'm on my phone now, so sorry about my
Dude,
crotch.
no. Literally, that episode to me, it was like that was like a movie, dude. Like that could have been a standalone movie. Nick Offerman just gave the greatest performance of his life, and I like I said, I've never cared about gay people more in my life than these two. I cried my eyes out, like they were my gay uncles.
I mean,
It was amazing.
I was kind of joking when I said that, that guy should be your new favorite actor, Nick, but he actually is one of my new favorite actors.
It was amazing.
That guy is very good.
Dude, I couldn't believe it because about like 5 minutes in, you're like, where the fuck have I seen him before? Because he doesn't have the accent,
Right.
and
Yep.
then you like realize it. He's very good.
He's
And-
money.
I mean, yeah.
I was so worried because every HBO is known for just brutality. So to me, it was just obvious. Like the second he let someone in, he was gonna get stabbed. He was gonna get tricked, and I was gonna be so upset if that happened. And then it turned into that, and I was like, what the fuck? They got in a fight. And he was about to leave. Like, where is he going?
Well, that was one of the best parts for me about it was they keep the tension in a way. Like when he's playing the piano, for me anyway.
Yep.
So I still thought, hey, he's gonna fucking get him still. Like you still are kind of like, what's going on here? You don't trust him.
So
and
weird.
then even when they're about to have sex, like he's completely vulnerable. I'm still waiting for it. And then they skip to the years and they're having some fight about being gay together. And then you say, yeah, that's
Well, I didn't really ever feel that way because Frank and Bill had come up a bunch of times in the first two episodes. I mean, that's who they were talking
that's a
to
good
on the
call.
radio.
See, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
I wasn't. It was too much. That's crazy, dude. Did you read that?
And so that tricked me
He's
more
smart.
because they were like talking to Bill on the radio. So I was like, okay,
that connection
Frank
was.
is gonna die. How did I know Frank was gonna die? I don't know, but
They probably said it. Yeah.
I knew Frank was gonna die. Now I can't remember how, but I thought Bill.
You
was
know
gonna
what's
live.
so sad about that is I only made the connection between that with the earlier episodes when she says 80s music because like
Yep.
that's the only time I got it, and it,
Dude.
like the fact that you're like picking the Easter eggs up, that's I got
I'm
nothing.
blown away by that episode, man. I really don't know how they pivot because it just goes on to such a different story now than that whole episode, and obviously it'll still be cool. But
Did they kill off a bunch of main characters or something?
It's just a totally isolated episode, basically.
In reality, he was a huge character because of what he was doing, and like, you know what I mean? Like, he clearly was doing something important in the grand scheme. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
well, they had a friendship with Joel and Tess for I think we did the math. It was like 17 years or something.
how cool? Well, yeah, because it was 20 years later or whatever they like went back. But how cool was it when the whole he traded a gun? He was like, it wasn't a big one, and then he's playing the strawberries, and he's like, oh my God! Oh, don't bang me on the strawberries, though. I mean, I was just like, that's fun. Like, dude, like, what the fuck, man? They got me.
My favorite part, not of the episode, but about the episode, was I randomly scroll through every so often on the group chat, and I saw Andy just said, episode 3, The Last of Us,
not the real deal.
And I just loved that. I was like, that's clearly the best episode so far. Probably is going to be the best of the series, I'd imagine. And he just says, they're gay sex.
No. The greatest scene was when he's in the basement and they're raiding. Oh no, he's in the below the basement in his whatever his and he's just like, you fucking jackboot fucks. And then he goes out there with his mask on. He's like, fucking. I was like, dude. Not that I want a Gestapo coming after me, but I'm trying to have a compound like that. I don't want anyone, I just want to have chickens and leave me the fuck alone.
One of the best montages I've ever seen in my life. After
sick.
that. That's so sick that he's just like exactly what to do.
Stuck in my brain.
And especially like they pull away on the bus or tanks or whatever, and he,
He's gonna
you know,
be
he pulls
no.
off his mask and he, you know, realizes the town is all alone and he just
All for him.
smiles and
Yep.
goes to Home Depot.
Yeah.
You
He
know?
breaks into everyone's houses. I want to rewatch that whole thing.
Yeah.
Because they cut from the woman's dress that's holding the baby that's dead in that field.
Yeah.
They start that, and I thought it was going to be about her journey to her grave. And then when I realized that she was just like, whatever, just to get there, I was just like, these guys are so fucking good at making shows. Like, that's so good.
No,
I like that too.
I was kind of like, oh God, here we go with that whole thing.
And then they just, within 15 seconds, you know it's
Ben,
they're gone, yeah.
And like, in reality, I'm not telling you to watch them, but to this point, there hasn't been that much like zombie activity per se. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even
the whole
about
genre doesn't really tickle my fancy.
I don't buy it. You're just scared or something.
He'll be there. He was holding out on Yellowstone. He'll come around.
He did it with
Walking
Firefly as well. He did it in secret. He did it in the shadows.
Yeah.
When I told you to watch Firefly, you were like hating on it, then secretly watched it without even
Why would
telling
I hated on it?
Dude, you did. Sorry to tell you, you did.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
You probably be able to verify this, Travis. I think I remember hearing that the people, I know they did Chernobyl, the people that did this for HBO, are they the same ones that did The Leftovers?
No. I actually have not really looked up who has done this show.
I don't think so, Nick.
Surprisingly.
For some reason, I had heard that they did The Leftovers, and I was only bringing that up to Ben's point, because what Ben was mentioning, that would make sense to kind of temper his expectation there, as far as it not just being zombie related. Because
it's
even if they didn't do
so much more.
The Leftovers, and I actually am not a big fan of The Leftovers because they don't deal with the question that I want, which is what actually happened to all the people that are gone.
Never finished it.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't finish it either.
But the whole thing is they're not actually interested. They're more interested in exploring the human experience of how they react to this crazy situation, which actually I think bodes well if you think about a zombie show, because it becomes less about the zombies and more about how are the survivors actually like still habitating, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that more so than I like The Leftovers.
Do you remember
that's what I said about Walking Dead in this show is Walking Dead, literally they've done 12 seasons now, and The Last of Us, like, just fast forwarded through everything Walking Dead did in 12 seasons in the first episode. Like, Walking Dead lived in that time where, you know, never reestablished order, never understood where anything about the virus, never understood anything. And Last of Us was just like, you know, he got in the car, blah, 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 his daughter died, and fast forward through everything, and then to the, you know, to a point way beyond wherever Walking Dead ever got to.
Yeah, I gave up on Walking Dead, I think, after the first season, but I kind of liked what I saw in that. But again, it's kind of a different show, right? Like you're saying, it doesn't deal specifically with the zombies, it's more so aftermath, but you still have like the zombie presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These aren't even like zombies to me. I don't know. Just the way that they're organically taken over makes it so much different to me. Like how and it's really gross kind of, but it's kind of cool more so sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
I struggle. I told you in the text, like, to
that is gross.
Coming out of their mouth.
I don't fuck with that. I mean, on the wall, like when they're on the wall, like splattered out, but it's like more like growth.
When he kissed Tess, like put his mouth in her mouth, I couldn't watch that shit, dude. That makes my skin like.
Yeah, I go like that kind of. Oh no! Oh no!
One of the things I was.
Oh wait, this Craig Mazin guy, he's an actor in fucking Mythic Quest, I think. But yeah, he did do
Chernobyl.
He did do Chernobyl.
Which I heard is based on a true story.
Dude.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch that fucking show, The Strain, that was hot for a sec?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I hated. I couldn't watch that.
See, Ben, it's like, yeah, oh my god, that was.
I actually like. I liked The
I did
Strain, and then I read the
At
Strain
first,
book,
that shit
and I was so pissed off because all the best part of the strain is like the Nazi and Jewish guy stuff, and that's not in the books at all. But I love strain
What?
because of that whole Nazi Jewish.
Yeah, but also
aspect.
the like guy who kills rats. That guy was great. Who was like
the Russian guy.
But this is like I feel like the strain. It's kind of like a similar way that like weirdness how they transfer the strain. Remember how they did it then with like the weird white looking.
The thing came out of
It's gross like that, like
Yeah.
similar, but this is cooler. This is more. It's just realistic.
No, that was a crazy fucking scene. The kiss thing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, man, I do.
I mean that also gives. I mean, like I was saying about the letter, man. That letter was such a crazy thing to me. How, he says that whole thing, and you got to protect Tess, and she's sacrificed. She's dead.
Yep.
But so that's sad. But he's gonna pour that all onto Ellie now.
Were they supposed to go out there sooner? Do you think that he was being a bitch and maybe if they had gotten out there sooner, they would have gotten weapons? Like, I was wondering, like, because if it seemed like he was the pussy who was like, no, we need to stand. He was kind of like, let's go. We need, you know what I mean? So in reality, maybe he was the reason that, they weren't equipped like they could have been, but. The best part of the note to me was just like, to whoever reads this, most likely Joel. That made me like, you're the fucking man, dude. You're the only one that can survive this shit. That was so cool that Ron Swanson's character was so smart that he knew.
Question: how long do you think they were dead? Like when they went to that house?
No, not very long.
Yeah, because
like a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Damn.
Because he knew he needed a car or a battery, so it must have been pretty recent. Because he leaves him the car because he knew he was going to go look for his brother. Like that was the main goal at first, and then Ellie kind of gets thrown into that.
I mean, they show like the flowers, and the flowers are kind of wilted, but they're not like dead. The root is still kind of there.
I didn't even pick. Yeah, I thought it was longer, but yeah, you're right. The flowers still had a little color, like.
I mean, it could have been a couple months or something, but it wasn't more than a couple months.
No, I agree. I don't think it was just super long because I noticed that when he looks at the flowers, he knew something was up because he's like, these guys are going to let.
He knew.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah,
he already knew, dude, because it was in such disrepair that he knew that guy didn't.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. He's like, oh, they would normally be upkeeping this shit.
Mm-hmm. Man, like, did they say what happened in terms of because one of them was dying, but like, did they? Were they both dying?
No,
I just think the wheelchair guy was dying, and then I like that surprise. I didn't realize Offerman kind of like spiked his drink too at first, so I liked how they did that.
I kind of figured that. I mean, the way he was acting and stuff.
Well, yeah, he was very confident, like he didn't have any remorse, like when he was about to die. So I was like, that's strange. Like, not gonna say goodbyes or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was gonna. My favorite part was when at the end when they're pulling out the window. I'm glad they didn't show them because I was like, oh, are they gonna show them?
Great point.
Show them. I'm kind of glad they didn't.
Laura was like, please don't show them. Please.
Yeah, I didn't want to see.
But I like the decision because you were kind of thinking they might, and just that tension there. But I kind of wanted to see him.
What did your wife think of that episode? Was she bawling? Like, how did that work for her?
No, but she liked it a lot.
Do any of your wives watch it, Nick, or whatever? Yeah, mine won't watch it.
So, I'm not sure if Amanda would be in on it or not, but I told her I was about to start watching it. She said, go ahead. That's it.
Yeah, that'll be The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I like it so far.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to go after that last episode. They got to keep.
Part of them, it doesn't make any sense that I would think this, but part of me thought, and it's part of one of those things. I'm glad you guys mentioned the pulling away to the window and them not like the choice not to show them, because I was so worried not that they would show their dead bodies, but that they would be part of the fungus zombies somehow, like that they were going to be like they had been transformed and that they were in there like.
That would have been horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have ruined the entire.
These guys,
feeling.
Dude, his fucking arsenal, man. He had everything, dude. Like that dude was set. I mean,
I also
The
like
meals he
idea
was
that-
making, those delicious venison. Oh my, Ben would have appreciated that at least. It was delicious in a nice cast iron pan. Oh.
Ben, do you
I
know
like-
what wine to pair with rabbit?
A nice.
Let's
Ooh,
see
a
if
red
you would
wine.
ace your culinary school here.
Definitely a red wine.
Yeah,
You
that's
give him the
right.
house red.
That's pretty
Well, I
good
don't
because
want
he
to go with the
doesn't.
house,
Yeah.
but try something fruity.
Like what?
Also-
Take
Correct.
a
Correct.
guess. Take a guess.
I don't know wine
Go
though.
on.
I never heard of the wine name.
No, I
Oh,
think
well
it
then-
sounds like basically you nailed it pretty much.
Yeah, he
What did
got
they
it.
call it? The bougie or something?
did. It's the Beaujolais. So Beaujolais, is
Beaujolais.
like people have Beaujolais parties. It's very not aged wine, so it could be like a year or two old, and they do that it's like November-ish is when new shit comes out. I only know that because my next door neighbor's older brother threw a Beaujolais party in Seven Corners one time, and I wanted to kill myself. When I
Sounds
was
like a
there.
cool
Anyway.
guy.
Can you imagine getting trapped in a hole in an apocalypse and you stumble upon a guy making fucking venison?
Exactly, dude.
Like,
Yeah, that was cool.
I also really love that he calls him out. Like he has that conversation with him. He's like, he says, "You're a fucking crazy doomsday prepper," and he's like, "I was right." You know,
Yeah.
the idea that it
Yeah.
worked out for him, that he's been doing that with his time, and that
Yep.
Well,
this is the payoff.
and it was actually his
Did
dream.
it.
Like what everyone else would consider like disaster, it was like his dream come true because he hated
In a
society.
way, but he needed some type of human connection. He
Yeah.
craved it so
Maybe
bad.
he hated society because he was secretly like because he's gay and he didn't felt like no one accepted him. So he got lucky that he found another gay guy, like the only other person in the world.
but
Layers.
was he gay or did he just turn gay immediately, like knowing what he had?
Yeah, just so he could get some fucking rabbit.
I'm sorry, but come on, bro. How long was he
Rabbit
out
code
there?
for.
You'd be
Yeah,
gay.
like
if
going
you
to
go
jail,
gay,
like-
some Beaujolais.
Who are you talking about? The Nick Offerman or the other guy?
No, the other guy, obviously. Well, either way, you're right. Either
The
way,
other guy was gay. That's so
either
funny
way,
to think
either way,
about.
Nick Offerman's just alone, like prison at that point. Everyone's in jail. You're just looking for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had that thought when I was watching this because I always think maybe I'm gay, but I was thinking in these extreme scenarios, after a long period of time of being alone, would you just accept any human being to be a love interest?
That's
Possible.
what I've said to like Liz, my wife. That like I think that people that like can't get women, they're not gay, and then inevitably they're like, well, gotta go I gotta get something. Like I'm
Probably
being
need some
rejected
type of
by
human
women's.
interaction.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Maybe.
it's just like a thing. Like you're gonna go where someone accepts you. You know?
Yeah, actually, my Laura has a friend in Colombia who's, I mean, she's not even really that ugly, but she's like more
Good start.
more shy than extremely shy. Like you could not imagine how shy she is, and she's been rejected a bunch of times by guys, and so she tried kissing a woman. I think she said she didn't like it, but I don't know. It just kind of sounded like exactly what Wyatt was just talking about.
Yeah, dude. I swear that's a thing. And most of the people
You need
just are
something.
weird, fat, weird-looking people that sadly can't get a girl or don't have I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's easy to have confidence to get a woman, but some people just are kind of set up from birth to not have a good chance. You know, based on their looks, sadly, or based on some dumb shit. You know, like.
Sure.
Sure. So then they go towards the men that frequent, the provocative anal glands of the reproductive.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
And then you go inward and outward and upside.
All right. So what movie did we?
Eloquently put.
I was just about to say.
Oh yeah,
next movie.
let's get some other.
I've got a suggestion.
Great, Travis.
What about a guest suggestion?
A what?
Now, hey Nick,
A guest suggestion.
Nick,
Yeah.
can we get you?
Well,
Nick, hello. Can we get you Shoehorn in every Thursday
I'm gonna.
Can
Well,
we get
here's
you
the thing I'm gonna have to do because I much more enjoyed this than terrible Botero Book Club. So I'm probably gonna have to move that to another night so I can at least enjoy this moment because it's fun to do this.
Yeah,
It is fun. Yeah.
it is fun.
So
Well, not
Nice to
that-
have something.
Death
So
to
the
Smoochy
idea
was-
is it overrated movies or underrated movies, or like what's the
Yeah.
idea you guys do?
It's like movies you
Underrated
think other people
somewhat.
haven't seen, so it is kind of like underrated, but it's kind of like trying to expose people to something.
I think Nope was the quintessential movie for this podcast in that
Excellent.
it's a movie that none of us wanted to watch
Yeah.
for some reason, whether it was the trailer, I don't know, whatever the fucking reason
Overlooked
was.
it.
None of us wanted to watch it, but we were forced to watch it, and we all liked it. So it's
Yeah.
sort of like this like movies that you didn't want to see, you overlooked for some reason.
Overlooked is a good one, yeah.
But so I guess I need to try to. It's hard to think about movies that I haven't seen. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm struggling
But
to come
you've
up with.
seen
We
it.
kind of bounce it. We bounce it around to see.
Seen-
You know, I don't know. I just assumed that a couple people maybe hadn't seen Nope. I don't really know. What's the criteria? Is it?
So a
That's the
movie
thing.
I've
I
seen
don't think
that-
it has to be hard and fast to those rules either, necessarily. I think if there's a movie we all want to watch, we can do it.
But
Well,
there's
movies
a lot
we
of
want-
movies.
Oh,
Just
people.
throw a movie.
All right,
at-
well, here's the movie I would like to start getting in the rotation. It's a movie I haven't seen. It's right up my alley. It's exactly the kind of movie I want. And everybody says it's like an underrated time travel movie, and it's the
Okay.
best time travel movie ever, and I've never seen it. And it's
Hmm.
it's got Ethan Hawke in it. It's called Predestination.
Oh God.
Have you seen it?
Oh fuck.
You didn't like it?
He
Can't
has to
remember.
take a drink before he
to
answers you.
What?
I
You didn't like it?
don't.
All right.
mean,
All right.
I can see
can't-
how that fits
All right,
in
it's-
mold, though,
it's
Travis, because it's
canceled.
got time travel. It's got Ethan Hawke from fucking Gattaca.
I mean,
it's got everything.
got
I
it.
want.
Got
Gattaca,
it all.
man.
Gattaca.
Well, I mean,
Gattaca's
maybe
fucking
that's
money.
the
I showed that to
problem.
Amanda a couple weeks ago. She
To be
loved
honest,
it.
I don't remember it, but I
Did
don't
she?
I don't remember liking it, but I don't know.
What, Gattaca or
Well,
Predestination?
if you don't
No,
remember,
no.
Station.
Everybody likes Gattaca.
Is Gattaca Uma Thurman is in Gattaca too, right? Yeah.
That's where
is
they
that where they
fucking-
is that where they met?
Yeah. That created
Yeah,
Ethan.
yeah.
Yeah, Stranger Things girl.
Yeah, Ethan Thurman, dude. That's her name, dude.
That's so
Yeah.
weird. She's 11 is their child.
No, not 11.
You didn't
The
know that? Maya Hawke?
The
Stranger
lesbian
Things?
girl.
Yeah.
Which one's
Robin?
the sister?
No. The
The love interest sort of Stephen Harrington in the later seasons.
Yeah, she's
Stephen
like,
Harrington.
Yeah. Have you watched Stranger Things?
Who's Stephen
You
Harrington?
may not have.
The guy who's friends with the teeth kid.
Steven's my name.
Kid.
I actually know a perfect
Uh,
movie, I think.
Eric, Ben, Nick, give us your suggestions.
Well, I
I
got
don't
one.
have.
I
I'm
have
actually
no
racking my brain.
suggestion.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
Actually,
think of
the
it.
only suggestion that I
Hold on.
Kiss,
really
kiss,
want to
bang, bang.
stand by is Arlington Road, my Jeff
Okay.
Bridges movie that I brought up. That one I think actually would
Oh, I have a great movie.
might be, I'd probably still
Is
suck.
that Civil War or something? Arlington Road?
He's a history teacher,
Ooh.
so you get a little history lesson in there.
Yeah, Jeffy.
Now that I think about it, I can't remember if what he teaches is about like bombers and like suicide bombers and shit, terrorists.
Well, that
Because
sounds.
that's essentially
Jeff,
what the movie is
Jeff
about.
Bridges teaching about
Sounds pretty
terrorism. That
wild.
sounds good.
Well,
yeah, Blu-ray.
right, but he ends up being like
Oh, look at that.
I'm using it for
entangled.
light. Sorry.
He ends up being like entangled
Nice
in a
thing.
terrorist plot himself.
You're done for.
I'm using.
No.
Hey, no, hey,
I
hey,
don't. I'm not saying that I want to do this immediately.
God.
It's just the only other thing that I could think of that I do want to watch that could actually be decent. Like I didn't think you guys would like Death to Smoochy.
Well, thanks.
Nick's the only person
Sure.
I think would
No,
appreciate.
here I'm
I
using
actually-
my cell phone for light. Do
I
you guys
thought
see my
maybe you'd
Louis
appreciate
Vuitton
it.
bag?
Eric, but Nick definitely.
There's
is
no
someone I
Louis
thought
Vuitton
appreciate
bag
it.
there. I actually need to use it. Sorry. I was looking through my trying to figure out a good movie for it, but sorry,
humble
Ben.
brag there.
When's the housewarming?
There's
party?
not that many Blu-rays in there. There's zero brags there. Sorry,
Right.
Ben. What were you
What's
saying?
fun?
I said, when's the housewarming party?
7 years ago, I suppose, or whenever the fuck we moved in here. So one thing
I've never seen your house. I don't believe.
You're welcome anytime, Ben. We can watch some MLB together. It'll be great.
God
So
damn,
I don't
man.
watch MLB.
I don't know. Okay,
You guys
so
can
one
watch
thing
Jorginho.
You love MLB.
we can watch Jorginho now.
You guys are Arsenal
Are you
buddies.
kidding? Ben's a seam head. He loves them. He loves the
Ben
sport.
loves 5-yard
loves
passes
that green
backwards
tea.
or horizontally only. That's what he loves. He loves Jorginho.
Ben.
Anyway.
I love getting hooked by LeBron James. On
Yeah,
the
what
weekend.
did he get, 7?
Has anybody here seen the movie
Oh,
Blue
God,
Ruin?
Blue Ruin.
Oh man, that stinks.
I don't think so.
I think Blue Ruin would be a good call. It's not a Vincent pick or anything like that. I think that's a solid call for this type of conversation.
Ruin?
It definitely flew under the radar. It's an independent film. Part of it was actually filmed right at a diner near where my parents moved to, out near Charlottesville.
Nice.
In a diner.
Free on
Yeah,
free.
I've eaten there. Good little breakfast they have
Lake
there.
Louisa?
Yeah, right around Louisa area.
Louisa diner.
Pretty cool movie.
Weird.
And then the other thing I was going to mention is, has anybody ever seen The Ice Storm?
Nope.
It's Christina Ricci, Tobey Maguire. Who's the other guy that's not Tobey Maguire? Who's Frodo? What's his name?
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. They're all child actors.
Kevin Kline.
Child actors?
Sigourney
Weaver. It's directed by Ang Lee. It's like American Beauty before American Beauty even knew it existed. It is an excellent film. I mean, excellent.
Good.
That's crazy.
The suburban life in Connecticut in the early 90s, I want to say. That is a fantastic. That's what I found when I was looking through my Blu-ray collection. The Ice Storm. That is
Storm.
That doesn't. Anyway. And so, is there not a big ice storm in the movie?
There's quite a big ice storm in the movie. Yes, that culminates.
But another movie that Elijah Wood is in that randomly popped up on my YouTube algorithm the other day was The Faculty.
Ooh, wait, was that
Josh Hart? Josh Hart.
Yeah, Hartnett.
Usher.
There's a lot of people in that.
That shit rocked, dude. Stabbing pens with blue goo.
Jon Stewart also in that.
Jon Stewart.
Wow.
That movie was pretty peak 90s. Was The Faculty.
I miss Jon Stewart in anything.
He was great in Big Daddy briefly, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That.
He really did have a great. He really played a great role in Big Daddy, even though he's on it for like 5 minutes.
Dude,
I think this is
same thing in like Half Baked.
for me.
For some reason, I just thought of Enemy of the State. I don't know why, but that movie is kind of like, dude, that movie is.
Oh, Enemy of the State.
Just solid. This is a solid movie.
Well,
Gene Hackman.
Let me know if you guys agree. I think we should let Nick pick since he said he's going to join next week.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
I feel like this group would like both of the movies, but there'd be more to talk about with Blue Ruin, honestly. I think I highly encourage you all to watch Ice Storm.
Wait, where can we watch it?
I think it said it was free on Freebie.
It says free on Pluto, whatever that is.
Pluto.
Hey, Nick.
Pluto.
Yeah.
Nick, I was going to say before you threw those out, I bet these guys haven't seen the Banshees of Inisherin. Have you guys?
No,
but that's
going to win Best
popped up a lot for me.
I'd kind of like to do something like that. That's something more recent that maybe will get a few clicks.
Take that.
Hey.
Farrell and
That's
the
the
same
best
guy
movie
that he
that's
was
the
in
best
that
of three
Brussels
mentioned,
movie
100%.
with, right?
Yep.
Yep.
He plays
I'll
Mad-Eye
gladly
Moody
watch
in
it
Harry
again.
Potter. Oh, he's a hell of an actor.
If you want something more recent, that's what we should do.
No, what we really should do is watch You People so we can eviscerate that movie for being the most fucking.
That was
piece
actually
of
one of the
shit.
better things I saw scrolling through the group me chat. Why it was you panning it, because I was really interested to watch that with Amanda. And after reading what you said, you said do not under any circumstances waste your time with this shit.
Well, I would rather you. I really wish I didn't say that so that you could watch it, so that you could. At times I'm now.
I'm
now
definitely
I'm mad
never watching it now.
because
I still watched it, half of it.
I mean, dude,
that's a ringing endorsement there.
Well,
Yeah, he hasn't finished yet, guys. He's watched half
So,
of it and still hasn't got back
Banshees,
to it.
the Banshees of Inisherin bit or whatever. I can't remember the last.
This movie
Is
is
that the right
racist.
word?
In a
But,
shit.
Opposite of what it's trying to
But
do.
yeah, I don't think there's any blacks in it. But Amanda got really upset actually because she told me about that movie months ago, and I completely forgot. Like she was like, "Oh, I saw this trailer. I would love to watch this movie." And then I was in Botero Book Club, and my dad said, "You need to check this shit out. It's really good." And my sister and her husband were like, "It's all right." And then I thought, I really need to check it out now because I don't respect you. And then I told Amanda the next day, I was like, I watched a movie last night. It was amazing. And she said, fuck you. Like, she got, like, I cannot believe you forgot I asked you to watch that with me.
Okay. I guarantee, I'm sure most of y'all have seen this, but I'm just going to say it because, like, this is a movie that, as a man, you would think, why the fuck would I like this? Have you seen Crazy Rich Asians?
No.
Yes, it's a great movie.
It's
yes, I liked it.
It's
I liked it.
tremendous.
Yep. I
Watch
liked
it.
it.
With your wife, preferably, probably, but, like, dude.
Do you want to hear another movie along those lines of that I would sort of start the conversation with that I think is a good comedy that maybe a man shouldn't say is Always Be My Maybe.
Yep, terrific.
Never heard of it.
Tremendous.
Never
Good
even heard of
movie.
it.
Oh, Nick, please watch that. Because it's got the Asian dude from
from The Interview.
Yeah, the fake Jim Halpert.
Fake
The
Asian
Interview.
Jim
I never
Halpert.
saw The Interview.
He played Kim Jong Un. I mean, he's in Marvel shit now too. I don't know, but he's so funny, and oh my god, he has like a hip hop group as well. It's really good. It's based on, like,
Randall
Oakland.
Park is his name.
Yeah. Well, those are
Money
two
last
really
name.
good rom-coms for sure, dude. And Crazy Rich Asians blew up, got crazy reviews, but
I know that was well received. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good.
No, yeah, Crazy Rich Asians was really good.
As far as next week, I would 100% go with Eric's recommendation, though. If you want something recent that's good, and it actually sparks thoughtful discussion, I would say.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I guess I'm a little worried about it. I'm scared.
We'll put Blue Ruin in the rotate and Ice Storm in the thought process.
Yeah,
it's in the zeitgeist. It's there.
If you weren't in this call, Travis, I probably would not even thought of Blue Ruin. But you need to watch.
What does that
you
mean?
need to watch Blue Ruin.
What does that mean?
You.
Time travel.
I just think it would resonate. I think that you would really like that movie. I don't know, man. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's Travis movie.
Ominous piece of news. It's a drifter.
That looks wild.
They said brutal. Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks wild.
But I didn't say it's about you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. No, yeah, it looks.
I don't know, Travis.
No, it does look interesting. Yeah.
Travis, Trav.
Wait, is this bearded guy supposed to be me? Is
yeah,
that the character I'm gonna be playing?
I think it's a really simple. Not that you're. Fuck.
Yeah, that's simple as me.
It's a simple story, well executed. It's just good. It's just a good movie.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing like.
No, I'm just really kidding, dude. You can.
I know. You have thick skin, but I'm also trying not to say oh, it's so stupid. You definitely like it, man.
Even you'll understand it.
You don't have to think at all. No, it's good. I think Eric's call though is definitely the one we want to go with, though. In my opinion, that's a good movie.
We need to, we need a couple, petty, accidental clicks. So we need to go with something. Monos was not getting the people going.
If you want, you said Pedram clicks.
No.
Yep, Pedram clicks, man.
Petty.
Oh,
I don't even.
T's, not D.
Yeah.
Because if you do Irish films, Pedram is not going to click on it. Okay.
What is Pedram going to click on?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Watches movies.
Probably Bollywood stuff.
I don't think Pedram watches movies.
That'll get Desi. Desi's into the Bollywood stuff. I saw a really
good Iranian film 2 weeks ago, by the way. That was very good.
What's it called?
That he would click on. Called The Salesman.
Hmm.
It's by the director, the guy who won an Oscar several years ago for A Separation. he's like considered a money director. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna do the salesman here, I don't think. But
You never know. We just did
Yeah.
a Colombian flick. Oh, a Separation. I never watched that, but I have seen that thumbnail for sure.
yeah, the salesman, good ass movie.
The Salesman, you say? Directed by one Asghar Farhadi.
That's correct.
What
Ah.
about the
Farhadi?
Aubrey Plaza movie?
Farhadi?
Whatever.
Oh, I want to see that, the one on Netflix.
Yeah, I liked it.
Nice.
That
I
was
saw
pretty
the
good.
What's
I saw the
that?
trailer and I wanted to watch that.
What I forget what it's called. Something crime.
Guess who's
Crime doesn't
hot?
pay.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza's
What's
very
that?
hot. It's called
Really? Even at this age?
Emily. Yeah, what do you mean? She's not that old.
Oh, that chick, Aubrey.
Em-
Plaza.
Emily the
Ben is a
Criminal.
preteen only.
Yeah,
He
I
loves
don't know,
that.
man. I just don't know, man.
You don't know
She's
what?
older than you think.
I don't
Wait,
know
didn't you
about
see
her, man.
White Lotus when she's in a
Yeah, I
bikini
have.
all the time?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about
she
White
seems-
Lotus?
She seems pretty old. in
This
that,
is a
too.
movie? I thought it was a show. Oh, wow.
Emily the Criminal?
Yeah.
No, it's
I wanna watch
definitely like maybe this is a bad comparison, but I kind
Talk to
of
me.
got Uncut Gems kind of almost vibes from
Interesting.
I
this.
don't like
Did you have a
that.
headache?
Well,
Yeah, literally.
What, that
literally.
Julia whatever chick?
Is that what, Nick, talk to me, baby.
No,
They
yeah.
played music over top of traffic noise over. There was
Yeah.
so much going on.
Dude,
That fucking.
I
was-
literally did
Yeah.
have a headache after that.
Fuck
I
that
left the
movie.
theater and I thought I watched it by myself in the theater and I thought and when I left I went, oh, I need fucking Advil now. Like,
Yeah.
oh my, there's
That is scary. By
And the
yourself.
ending, they're yelling so much.
Da,
They're
da,
yelling
da,
so
Kevin
much.
Garnett's ring. Kevin Garnett.
I
There's
thought
so
Kevin
much
Garnett was very
yelling.
good. I thought her ass was very good in this film,
PG.
and
Yeah,
that was it.
See, dude, that's why movies are crazy. People like that movie was so well received. Correct? I did not get it. I didn't like
Dude,
it. I was scared of.
I thought it was okay, but I thought those brothers that made that, they made Good Time, and
Yeah.
I got put on that by Carly's husband, and that movie was money. Like that was.
Pattinson. I never seen it yet. With it, yeah.
You need to
That's
watch
why
that. And then-
people. Yeah.
yeah, but they said that those two when they made Good Time, they the whole story, and maybe it was just a narrative they cooked up, but they said they were just trying to get the money their whole lives because they wanted to make Uncut Gems, and they specifically they had written it and they wanted Kevin Garnett and they wanted to do all this stuff with it, and that was their dream to do Uncut Gems. And I was thinking, the movie you did before that was way better than that.
The
Like
Safdie brothers or some shit.
yeah, you should check that out. And the
The
guy that played Death,
Gaddafi brothers or something.
the
Does.
guy that played Death in Good Time is one of those brothers, and he is unbelievable in Good Time. I mean, again, it's like a really cut and dry story, but it has that feel to it. It has like that Uncut Gems feel, but without
All the yelling.
like really bothering you.
Whoa.
No, I've heard very good things from a lot of people about Good Time.
You know that
Yeah,
other guy.
that's a good movie.
You know that other
that's
character.
a movie could be reviewed here.
He's one of the directors. The two brothers directed it. One of them's is the deaf guy.
yes,
the actor.
That's what I was just saying. He's money as
That's
a deaf
crazy.
guy, man.
That's
Wait,
fucking crazy.
in Uncut Gems or
No,
in
no,
Good
No,
Time?
in
Good time.
In
Yeah,
Good
okay.
Time, he plays deaf in that, and he's really good.
That's crazy, man. I swear to God, sometimes I see people acting and I'm like, I think that I could act, but you have to just go to a place that's so weird that it's like uncomfortable. But I don't know, man. Like, why? I don't know why everyone's so scared to do it, as if you don't do it at times when you're like losing your mind about shit. You know what I mean? Like, you are capable of it.
I feel like I've even like, not saying I'm not an actor, but Carly's husband like does little short things to try to pitch at work and all this stuff that he's
Yeah.
done through the years. And he's like, "Hey, I'd like you to do this for me." And I go and do it, and he gives me the script and everything. It's so hard in circumstances like, and he's like, "Oh, put your glass down like this. Like you have to follow all these directions and like hit your blocks and like make sure you're doing this."
Yeah.
And you have to act naturally while you're doing it. And he's just like, "You're fucking terrible at this." Like he tells me straight up. Like he's like, "You're bad at this."
Dude.
And I told him I think I'd be a great actor, and I'm really bad. Like I'm really bad at it, and it's because it's even hard to be like the role was to be myself, and I couldn't even do it.
Yeah,
Like,
right. It's like Kramer trying to be himself. You can't
Yeah,
act.
he told me. He said in this scene you need to talk shit to Carly just like you would your sister in real life. And I was like, I'm so good at that, dude. Like I do that all the time. And I
Oh wait, but
I
but did he give you a
struggled so bad.
script?
But
Did he give you a script?
You talk shit with the dialogue, but he's like, use your cadence with her and everything. And it's actually really like, not saying I have experience, but that
How
little
is that
experience I had,
hard?
I knew I sucked at acting.
You would be someone I would think that could act, definitely, but
Well, that's what
You
he's
have to
saying.
just
There's
being
more.
yourself.
There's more to it than you
Well, if
think.
you get into
mean,
I don't know if
dialogue,
there
though,
is.
I told him, I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill this. And I
You have
go
to
and
know how
do
to
it, and I'm like,
control your
I can't
facial
do this.
expression.
All right, I think we got to get Ben on film. Give him a
That's a
screen
lot,
test.
I
Can
think
you set
Eric would
that
be a
up
good
with your
actor.
brother-in-law, Nick?
Yeah,
Can we
dude.
get?
I mean,
Can we get a screen
Yeah,
test? for Ben
please
before
give
the
him
year?
a full script. I
Oh.
want to see a full script. A full
quick little side
monologue.
story. He told me one of the last field trips he was on for Nat Geo. He was down in Alabama filming something or other, and he was at a bar after hours, and he ran into Durs from Workaholics, and he was, and for some reason he was down there doing whatever, and he recognized him at the bar, and he said, "Yo, Durs," and he said he was walking out of the bar with two other guys, and Durs just turned and went.
That's literally Durs.
Yeah, he said it was perfect. He looked it up and like figured out what they were doing down there.
Dude,
but he like knows what he's doing. But he knows that he's not gonna hire me too much. You know what I mean?
I have my mom has like some woman she's friends with, and her son is some direct. He literally emails me and it's like, hey man, he sends me a script and I send him voice work for free. And I'm
voice
like,
work.
It's cool as shit. I need you to do a guttural. It's weird as shit. It's very weird. It's similar, even though it's like voice work. I'm like, I don't even know if that, like, is that what you want? Is that even
give
that?
us an example. Come on, give us an example.
No, I'm not gonna.
No, you can do it.
I've always wanted to do voice acting.
No, I know. I don't know.
Man.
It was like talking about. It
What
was
do you
like
want?
talking like a guttural.
Yeah.
Like weird voice like that, like a guttural, like expressive, talking about some dude's. I don't even know. It was very weird. I didn't like. See, the problem is sometimes he sends me these scripts and I try to tweak them because I don't like them. I don't like the wording, or I'm like, you know what I mean? And I'll send him like different ones where I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, hopefully this works because I don't, you know what I mean? Like, we're like 10 years apart. Perhaps they're just writing it in a way that it doesn't make sense to me, you know, but it's cool because I'm like this. It feels like you're doing something. I would like to be paid for it, but I'm like, maybe one day he'll get famous and pay me. That'd be great.
You might be able to find that like voiceover work on Upwork or something.
Yeah, you have to like, I don't know, dude. It's kind of like you have to be confident, man. It's very hard to be confident in something that you're not. How could you be confident?
Don't have experience.
You know what I mean? Who's told you? Like who's told you? Like yeah, that would work. I don't know. It's just difficult. Like with anything like that. Like
that's anything creative, really.
Yeah,
well,
like
I was gonna say, Travis, for you, like starting out with photography in the professional atmosphere, did you feel like that? Like you had to?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fake it to make it.
No, yeah, I felt bad a lot of the time. Like I'm a total failure. I'm fucking this all up. Yeah, no, it's hard. That's hard. They're always fighting that.
I feel like that's anything, man. Like anxiety in general. Like my day-to-day activities, I feel like they're gonna find me out any day now. Like they're gonna fire my ass.
Yeah. I swear, if I was exhausted and like drunk, I think I could do stand up. If you're just like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Like there's times where I feel like I just don't simply care about
You're so exhausted that your inhibitions are lower.
And I could do whatever, kind of like Dee in Always Sunny when they trick her.
That's
one of the best episodes ever.
That's
you
like
fuck that guy. You fuck.
In my head, I think I'd be like, I think like my dream is like, oh, I'd kill stand-up comedy, but then I think of Always Sunny, and they just start.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
that's a thing. That's a thing.
I just throw up.
Yeah.
And there's times where I'm like, man, I think I could, but no, it's like you have to. I don't know, man. I don't have a false sense of confidence like that. I can prop myself up and feel like you can do it, man. You're better than Jason Sudeikis. You know, you can. You know.
My two number one picks for stand-up comedy
not fair. Good guy.
are actually both on this call from the Marty perspective. I think Wyatt would be seamless. He just walk up, say, fuck you all, and here's my bit.
That's what I wish I could do.
And then the other side of it is like the stand-ups that are really low-key, kind of monotone, but it's funny. I think Ben would be shockingly good at getting up on stage and doing that.
You don't understand my life. And if you did, perhaps
almost like an awkward set that would work really well, but it's hard to keep it together.
Been told a nigga got 3 balls? Most likely not. So therefore,
I think it's the it's the same thing, kind of like what we were talking about. I think another part of that is like Nick, you or Wyatt or whoever, you just have to really accept failing a bunch of times.
I know. I saw
this. That's it. That's all there is to it. You just have to fucking fail.
You know how many times I did terrible shtick, or like if you look at some of the early Workaholics mail order comedy, it was dumb. Like their first videos, I don't know how they got a show. And it's one of the greatest shows in my opinion in comedy because it's kind of like I don't know how they do it. They balance what they enjoyed with I don't know. But based on if you ever look at some of the throwback shit, it's not that funny. It's very odd, but you just have to keep going. You literally
that's why I've said like this show that we're doing right now, this doesn't start until episode 200.
Yeah. So that's why I said you guys like you and Jason and you guys have like a really good chemistry. Like y'all are funny as shit. It's unfortunate that like you can't just get viewers based on when I know you, maybe that makes it better, but
no, I was going to say
you, Desi, and Jason, that's a good trio.
It's all about chemistry. That's why Workaholics is good because those guys are comfortable in front of each other.
Oh my God, the way they treat each other.
I think the difference always that I've thought about between like popularity and greatness. Popularity is like what appeal, like you actually construct something that you think appeals to the masses, and then it's popular. And I think greatness is the next step where the masses appreciate what you like.
Yes,
like you're saying
like
for Workaholics. I actually think Workaholics actually operates in that space because we actually go to where they want you to go instead of being like, this is like Modern Family. It's a very well written show, but it's done in a way that's boom, boom, boom jokes that everybody gets and everybody likes, and it's like, ha ha ha, we had a nice time, let's go home. But you like get to another level when you're like, I actually fuck with those guys. Like they're doing something that's like
I mean
Seinfeld.
The perfect example of Workaholics, and I think a lot of us watched it together, but that I think it was the 3rd episode ever when they take the shrooms in the office. Yeah. That's like one of the greatest TV. It's one of the greatest like TV events in history.
I didn't know that was so early.
It's very early.
Yeah, it's very early. Number 8. The first episode is the piss test, and that episode is a very good episode for a pilot, dude. It's really good. That first season got some
I had an awakening at Eric's place when I was there in Denver with Pedram. Like that's what we put on. Eric put on for us, and I had seen episodes here and there, but I didn't realize that episode was that early on. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I remember we watched that at Radford.
Really?
The way they depicted, man,
it's been alive way too long.
That's great. Now, I don't know, dude. I'm telling you, like you said, you just have to keep trying. Like, so many people just give up. Like, you're not just going to write something within the first 2, 3, 5. Like, you're not just going to write some fucking epic shit, you know what I mean? Unless you're just, just lucky or gifted like that, like.
Well, even Travis always, I remember Travis citing in the past the Stephen King method. You just keep submitting, keep submitting, and they pick you up eventually.
You know how many people made it that way?
How many books has he really written?
I don't know.
King probably 500 at this point.
I think he does one a year, at least.
I think he's slowed down a lot since like his accident and stuff. But
What happened to him? He
At
got
least-
attacked.
he got hit by a car.
Jesus
you
Christ.
know-
Walking
Loser.
along on the side of the road at like, in the middle of the night or something.
It ain't so, Hugo.
You
Yeah.
guys probably, or White, you probably know this, but I didn't realize until I started listening to that Workaholics podcast that Adam got literally run over by a rock truck.
A
when he
dump truck. Yeah.
died.
Yeah. They talk about it all the time.
Yeah, I didn't know about that until I heard the podcast.
See, that's why he's a comedian. He said,
God,
"Fuck it, I
dude.
almost died. Fuck
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
there to lose."
That up earlier when you were saying like
That's
so
literally
funny.
why.
he was literally dead, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like he's missing toes or something.
He was in like bed for like a year or some shit.
Holy
The funniest
shit.
bit he was talking about, he was like taking a bath when he was a kid and his toe just fell off.
yeah, yeah. Just fell off.
He was like,
Wait, it happened when he was a kid?
yeah, it was like 12 or something. But I
Eric,
think
I'm
the
almost
story on the
positive.
podcast, he's like in the bathtub jacking off.
Yes, that's
His
it.
toe falls off and he was like crying and screaming while he's jacking off and like yelling for his mom. Dude, it's the funniest shit.
Oh my god.
It totally makes you realize how he is the way he is. Like, Mom, no,
Yeah.
get out, no, my toe, but yeah.
Oh, but when you
Yeah, I
shared,
never would've
by
known
the
that.
way, Wyatt, when you shared, I think it was you that shared the Wizards album.
Oh.
When they say to him, when Durr says, "Yeah, we're gonna keep you on the
Yeah, we're gonna keep you on the hooks.
we're gonna
Yeah.
keep you on the hook."
Yeah, we're gonna keep
I
you on the
love
hooks
that.
though. Yeah, I can
That's
rap
so
though, man. I
funny.
can rap.
Those
Yeah.
are-
You know
I-
why that's so good and exactly what we're talking about? So that's exactly the type of bullshit we make at Desi's
Yeah.
room.
The
And then it
Wizards.
Hits the
Smoking
internet,
fat
and you make
blunts.
a show, and it's like it's so bad. It's
Yeah.
so bad, but you connect with it. Like it makes sense. So
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't know.
No,
It's perfect.
that's kind of like we have the roots of Workaholics. We're just trying to make music, trying to jam out. We're so hard, dude. But like they're smart because they took it to another level. They're like literally rapping as 17,000-year-old wizards.
I
Like
wanna
they have
know-
names. Old
I want to know more
Toby.
about their white trash friend, that fourth guy that's not really part of that threesome on Workaholics. You know what
He's
I'm
the
talking about?
he's the writer, the director.
Yeah,
or
dude,
Well,
that's
he's,
Carl.
he's the mastermind in the
Yeah,
background.
It's the best. It's
clearly.
the best. And he
Like,
and
you
in
can
those
understand
those
his part
raps
in it.
he's the best by far. He just
I'm-
destroys.
I'm so surprised that he's the best of
It's
all.
kind of like you in a sense of like your raps were
Oh,
always
yeah,
the
I'm
best.
definitely him.
Well, no. Yeah, you are because you. I don't know. Your raps were always
No.
like technically.
Yeah, you had like Rasputin raps. Like
Yeah,
that
your
was the
lyrics were
sickest
the
Yeah,
shit.
best.
yeah, everybody wants to
Yeah.
hear those.
You went full. You went
Nobody.
full.
Well, that's the greatness
We
you're
wanna
talking
hear 'em.
about.
Yeah.
the-
See,
Yeah, please.
Joey S.
It's so sad. Anyway,
Joseph
I
Stalin, things of that nature. Yeah, you're literally exactly like him. You go all out with your thematic raps. Like they're wizards. You're Joseph Stalin or you're
think
whomever.
they do have a good theme throughout the
You
entire.
think anyone's still listening to the podcast at this point? Should we?
No
should we
chance.
No,
stop
sure.
there?
I've listened to zero of it, by the way, for any of them that you've done. I
You
didn't know
might
what
have
you
to
were
trim
doing.
this.
Damn.
You might have to
All right,
trim
Yeah, me
this one.
too.
All right, well, we're
Me too.
doing how do you say it?
I think it's Schenectady in New York or
No,
something like
that's
that,
not it.
Travis.
I'm not
No
saying
way.
that.
So
Please.
cheap.
Somebody
That would
texted
get
to me.
negative views.
The Devils of Inversionen, or what is it?
Banshees.
Banshees is Sheeran, I think. It is.
I think that'll be a good one. There's a lot
What?
to talk about.
That's a
What's that
great
on? Is that on
call, Eric.
HBO or some shit?
Is it Ed
That-
Sheeran?
Yeah.
What about
I
Ed
think
Sheeran?
it is HBO.
Yeah, HBO Max right now.
HBO
Yeah.
Max free.
Now
Love
is
it.
Ed Sheeran? Is Ed Sheeran
not
in
Ed
free.
this?
Sheeran is
No,
not
he's
in
not.
it.
Not in this. Will
I get it.
Ferrell.
I'm joking.
Colin Farrell.
Will
Wow.
Ferrell's in it?
Wow. Brendan
Wow.
Gleeson. Okay.
Brendan.
Good stuff.
One of the many Gleasons, the good ones.
Really?
There's
Is he like
several Gleasons.
Skarsgård?
And he's
Like
missing
Skarsgårds?
several glizzies.
There's
He's
several
gonna be-
Skarsgårds.
Glizzies.
Several
A lot of
Gleasons.
glizzies missing.
Well, guys, we just have to start doing some acting, a couple acting vids after this. So,
Acting.
We're gonna get Ben a screen test. He's gonna be tested.
That's true. He is gonna get tested. We're gonna get
We'll
his.
see
hope
if
I'm
his
negative.
acting chops are as
He's
good
gonna
as
get
he
his
claims.
SAG rating, his
Oh.
Screen Actors Guild rating.
I would love to see you guys do that kind of stuff. I think Wyatt might actually be really
La
good
la
at it.
la. What?
as far as like the camera stuff, if you do the voice stuff and you're actually confident about it, that's a good start.
I feel like I don't know, man. I want to do a cartoon so bad and just voice like a bunch of weird ass characters. You know what I mean?
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, like
cartoons.
Because it can be
Like I realized on Bob's Burgers that H. John Benjamin does like 3 or 4 of the characters.
dude, it's
Who's
just
John
like
Benjamin?
The Simpsons. You'll be shocked. The chick that does Bart does like 5 other characters. You know,
Hank
like
Azaria
Ralph
does
and-
like 10
Yeah,
Hank
languages.
Azaria does a bunch, definitely.
Oh my God, he's the. Oh.
Well, Rick and Morty, they're all. I mean, now I guess they
Yeah, they're
fired
all
one of them, but
Justin Roiland is almost all the voices.
He gone.
and he's
That's it.
gone. How is that gonna work? That's
Yeah,
it.
wait, what? They fired
Who
him?
are these?
Yeah, you got
people?
sexual assault or something, or what was
I mean,
it?
that
Not
doesn't make
sexual
sense.
assault,
I'm
but like
I'm
domestic.
pretty sure he was hammered drunk every time he was in studio.
Yeah, he's Rick. He's fucking dude. Yeah, that show
Are
was
these
so,
guys that
so
are on
groundbreaking
screen,
at
or are
first,
these
man.
only voice actors?
These are the actors behind the voices.
But
Well, then, there's
there's
no way
nothing I
that
could, like,
show
he's
can
in this, and I
continue.
could
Hank
cover it.
Azaria is the
Well, I know
new.
him.
Oh, okay.
I know
Sure.
him,
Yeah,
but
Sure.
I mean, he's.
Are you
talked
for
about him
scuba?
already.
Sure. So how you guys doing tonight? You doing well? You going to
All
bed
right, Eric,
soon?
why don't
Where
you
you
take
children?
us out then?
Huh?
Yeah, how about that? How about Death To Smoochy? Another controversial one this week.
2 out of 10. 2 out of
I gave
10.
it a 1 out of
25%
10.
of the
Ben,
time.
what'd you give it?
I hate you.
Seriously, what would you give that movie? 7?
4. Probably
4?
4 out of 10.
A 4? Why the fuck did you put it up?
That's the Benji.
And you recommended it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't stand. It didn't hold up to the test of time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that earlier. Like, was it just something that didn't age well? Probably. It probably was better back in the day.
I still
Yeah, I could
would
see that.
watch it if it was on.
Sure.
I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but
I
yeah,
would.
it definitely didn't live up to what I had built it up to be in my mind from like
Right.
probably 16 to 20 is probably the last time I watched
I
it.
think I ran into that problem with Monos. It happens, you know.
So
I did not run into that problem with 13th Warrior. That movie is still great.
Nick, have you seen 13th
I
Warrior?
wouldn't say
I'm
great.
jealous
Great's
you
a
guys
stretch.
watched that. I watched the 13th Warrior with my father when I was very young, and I thought it was awesome. Like it blew me away. But I haven't seen that in so long. That's
See,
when
I
Tony
wish
Banderas.
I wish I
It's
saw
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
remember
mean that
enjoying it.
is part of the problem. I mean, I saw it in 1999. So
Damn.
as a kid, that movie is awesome.
That sounds about right.
It's like the Three Musketeers, dude.
Yeah.
We talked
Yeah.
about this. That holds
Yeah.
up. Like that's gonna hold up for you,
What,
man.
the Kiefer Sutherland one?
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
you kidding
yeah.
me? Yeah, come on.
Yeah, we talked about
Come
it.
on,
yeah.
Oliver Platt. Come on.
All
I
right.
watched
so-
that actually within the last year on Disney because I saw it on Disney Plus, and I just thought, yeah, fuck
It's
it.
still good?
Yeah, I think it was Disney Plus that I saw it. I mean, no, I mean it's not like when I was a kid I was like, wow, this is awesome. But you know, it's like it's a lot. It's very hollow and like see through, but it's still cool. Like I like it.
Yeah. It's not bad. Not as bad as you might think.
Man in the Iron Mask still holds up. I've watched that relatively recently.
Dude.
I haven't seen that in a long
Leo,
time, but I can imagine.
It's Leo.
Well, that does it for this podcast. I don't
All right, Eric. Good to.
All right,
I
I'll
give Death To Smoochy
Bye-bye.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
In the positive. Yeah, I thought it was
7
pretty
out
funny.
of 10.
I had a lot.
Let's
I
hear
mean,
your rating, Eric, and why.
I had a lot of
I had
laughs.
I give it a 2 as well.
2.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. 7 from Trav. Nick, what would you give it off memory?
Friends come in all sizes, 8.5.
8.5.
they do.
2 out of 5 recommend to watch this movie. So let us
That's
know what you
fact,
think in the
it's
comments.
true.
I'm sure you're still listening at this point. We're really looking for some more engagement this week.